Important match of the season, the players looked in confident mood, a feeling shared by their army of 600 travelling fans.
You've come all the way down from Penrith today.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be a fairy tale ending for the Blues?
Yeah, I hope so. I think it will be, but I don't think we'll have to rely on our goalkeeper this time.
Well, it's got to be. I mean, I'll settle for the same as last year. I don't really care how we do it as long as we get 3 points today. We've got to stay up.
What would it mean to you as a Carlisle fan if the club was to go into the conference?
Well, from where I live in Epsom, there'd be a lot more games to see, to be quite honest, but I just don't want to go in the conference. I mean, I've supported them since 1967. The first game I saw was at the Valley, Charlton Athletic. They lost 1-0, but I've been in love with them ever since.
Brighton are no seaside softies and were themselves going for a club record of 13 games without defeat, and the home fans were determined to enjoy the party. And so the stage was set as the two teams took to the field in scorching temperatures topping 75 degrees for what was sure to be a nervy encounter for the Blue Army. With 7 first-teamers out of action, United were always going to be up against it. Steve Soley's tame shot their best chance of the first half. Brighton were looking to do the double over United after a narrow victory at Brunton Park earlier this season. And midway through the first half, the Seagulls swooped in clinical fashion. Paul Watson's ball into the box finding the head of Andy Crosby, and Carlisle were 1-0 down. With regular keeper Luke Weaver injured, reserve Peter Keane was in the sticks, and he kept his side in it with this spectacular point-blank save. The ex-Newcastle man relying on his instincts as Carlisle crumbled. Anxious moments for the United bench. Into the second half, and with Shrewsbury beating Exeter and Chester drawing with Peterborough, the misery mounted for Carlisle. And it went from bad to worse on 56 minutes when Richard Prokas came to blows with Charlie Otway as tempers flared in the South Coast sunshine. Former United man Warren Aspinall leading him away from the fracas. Referee Paul Year said enough was enough and showed the Penrith-born player the red card, much to the disgust of the United coaching team. But just when the writing looked on the wall, news spread that Peterborough had taken the lead against Chester. United could avoid the drop if they didn't lose by 3 goals. Former Bluesman Rod Thomas did his best to break Cumbrian hearts. But Carlisle hung on and preserved their league status for another season. A special moment for the Cumbrians in the side, especially Harrowby's Tony Hopper.
Glad to be all over, to be honest. It's been a long weekend, a long season as well, but yeah, really glad to be over.
For one fan, the trip across from Spain was well worth it.
Fair enough, we've lost, disappointing, but Carlisle United, the team to love, team to dream for, it's my team.
A draining 90 minutes though for General Manager Martin Wilkinson.
Again, I've said so many times that we're not going to get into this situation next year. I just hope that's going to be true this time. I think nobody, for this last 3 years, when they got relegated from the second, hung on as they did last season as well, and did again this season. It just can't keep happening.
And a dramatic end to the story for the man some fans love to hate.
Will you still be involved in any way in Carlisle?
No, that's me. You know, I've done my best and I've enjoyed every single minute of it. It's now time for someone else. That was my last game, and that's me finished. But I'd like to pay a personal tribute and a thank you to everyone that's been involved. It's a great football club and a great team. So, thanks very much.
Well, that's it for this week and for this series of Border Sports Action.